it's Sandra Pike from Roll LePage Atlantic and the Pike Group. Again, this week has been incredible. I went from Ontario to Vancouver or BC talking about, what was happening in the market. And today I thought about, let's see what's happening here locally in Nova Scotia. And I reached out to a phenomenal agent in the Valley, and I will leave it to you to introduce yourself and let us know where you work out of and how long you've been in the industry.
Thanks, Sandra. My name's Stacy Vries. I have Valley Real Estate team with Roll LePage Atlantic in the Annapolis Valley. I've been in the industry about 14 years, working with clients for the last 7. So I was in management in our office prior to that. And I service the beautiful Annapolis Valley. So that includes Hants, Kings, and Annapolis counties.
Nice. So let's just talk about the market in 2020 when we got hit with COVID, and then the market just blew up because people were moving here. And what you're seeing today, is it still as busy?
Definitely, we've seen a little bit of a slowdown in the last couple of weeks. June was still incredible. I would say that trend is going to continue because our demand has decreased. So as we have more inventory coming on, obviously we're servicing those buyers. But I really think the biggest thing in terms of the pre-pandemic versus this market is we've seen so many people coming to Nova Scotia and the Valley from out of province. And I think most of them are here now.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
I don't have as many buyers from out. I mean, we do still have several people that are coming in for work and that kind of thing, but it's a different demand. It's not like we've got to get there to get away from COVID and we want to retire on the East Coast. It's back to sort of the regular reasons for moving, I would say.
So when you are, let's say since June, when you are listing a property, if you were to look at the offers, are the offers mostly local, or would you say that they're out of town?
Depends on the price point. So there's still a lot of demand for starter homes, like those younger buyers are all local. Anything that's in the upper range, which for us, like our average price is 335-ish. So anything over 500 tends to be people out of province still. And then like with those offers coming in, I still see people that have addresses on there out of province from other agents, but not near what we had a year ago or even 3 months ago.
2021 really was the perfect storm.
Yes.
Do you service Greenwood?
I do, yeah.
So if you look at, 2021, we had 2 years of military, right? And then people were coming for, interprovincially because we had great COVID numbers. They were low. Office space has changed. People were moving back home. So that was the perfect storm for people to come here. And now It's like we're back, pre-pandemic in 2019. And this is a regular market now.
I don't think it's hit the Valley as much as it has outside of our area so far. We're still seeing a lot of demand, and I think it's because a lot of the same reasons that people were moving during COVID still exist. So now that they understand that they can live anywhere and work from home, some people are getting back to the offices, but some people are just saying, no, I don't have to do that anymore. I can still live there and have that lifestyle and work in downtown Toronto, right? So that's still a thing, and the Valley has always been a really strong retirement location. Yes. And so as more and more people are just saying, I'm not going back to work at all, we're still seeing a lot of people coming in for that reason.
My other question for you is, so since June, has the average time on market fluctuated in your area? Like, are properties listing longer?
Some of the upper end stuff is staying on the market a little bit longer than it was, but I just did the stats, even compared to June of last year, it was like 26 days versus 28 days. So pretty much status quo, and the average price hadn't really changed in June either. I think July is going to be a different story, like I said, the last couple of weeks, and just so much more inventory coming on. I think, you guys are, the population's so much greater in HRM, but for us, like in the last 2 days, there have been 50 listings, where a year ago we might see 10 in 2 days.
Now, are you still getting multiple offers? And if you are getting them, how far over asking are they typically now, like that, what you're seeing?
Yeah, we are not on every home, that's for sure. In June, I think it was about 58% sold at or over the asking price. July, I think will be much less than that. Certain price points, you can expect it. Like Wolfville is a very hot market. Anything there is going to be in multiple offers. But yeah, at one point we were seeing 30% over, and now it's more like 10, 15, sometimes 20. But I think that that's going to continue to come down as well. And in terms of the numbers, where we would see 8 to 10 offers on every property, now it's 2 or 3.
Now, would you say, so I've been looking at the stats this morning, like the difference in the buying power, versus 4.7 to, 3.7, let's say what it was last year. And now the stress test with the added 2 points on, you're looking at a 6.7. Do you feel that slowed down the buying power in your area, do you think?
Definitely affecting those first timers. With those rates going up, it's making it more and more difficult. For our first time home buyers to find something under 250 was already difficult, and those people who were at that 250 range now can only afford between 2 and 225 maybe, and there's just not going to be anything out there for them. So yeah, the stress is really on those buyers at this point. And I don't see that the inventory is going to be able to solve that.
Yeah, I don't either. Looking at it this morning here in Halifax, the average price point is $524. So the person who could afford the $524,000 prior to the bank rate changing, their buying power now is down to $475.
Right. Yeah.
So
much bigger difference the higher up you go. But
oh yeah. So if you have at 475, let's say, so that buyer. So now that's even, let's say with a first time buyer, you got to deal with these people who are probably going to drop their price even more in order to get in the event there was competing offers, because there sometimes are, as you said, given the area, like, Wolfville obviously is going to be very popular. So I don't know. And, we still have a housing crisis here. Are you faced with that in your area too?
Absolutely. Like, can't build them fast enough. So even with all of that inventory increasing, it's really on new construction. And I think it's probably true of all of the East Coast and Nova Scotia, but especially in the Valley. One of the bigger problems is manpower. We don't have enough trades. We don't have, please come if you're watching.
Yeah, I agree.
We need plumbers, electricians, contractors, all of those things. And that's what really is slowing things down in terms of getting new homes to the market.
But even at that rate, though, with the new homes, can you build a home that's affordable to Nova Scotians, right?
Yeah. And for most local people, no. It's the price per square foot. It's crazy. And so, that's why I still think resale is the answer. But without getting the inventory high enough, there's still going to be a lot of demand. And so that's why I don't really see, all this doom and gloom about high interest rates and recession coming and everything you hear in the media. I'm not concerned about that. It's more about getting the inventory to market so that people have homes. That's the bigger problem still.
So just before I let you go, just to get your opinion. So back here a while ago, we had a baby split in Sackville, and I always talk about this home. It listed, I know, it listed for $279 and sold for $500,000. So my thoughts: any other property on that street to sell at $500,000, that's going to take a while for the rest of the street to catch up. Is that going to be this? Is that the same in your area too?
I think there's some of that, but then I always feel like, that's why we use averages. And on the flip side, people that moved here from out of province and maybe paid those higher prices, they're not going to give those homes away. They're not going to turn around and sell them and take a big loss. They'll hold on to them until the rest of the market comes up. So again, I don't see that being a huge problem. There will be a few, and we're already seeing, I wouldn't call it buyer regret, but some people that made a move here, they maybe settled because the inventory was so low, so they picked a property, and now they're here and realize maybe they want to be in another area of the province. And so a lot of those homes that sold and even last year are now coming back to market. But they're not selling for less. People aren't going to take a loss on those.
No, they'll sit there for a longer time, I guess. Interesting. Well, Stacy, I will let you go and enjoy your day. And yeah, so thank you. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Great chatting with you, and always good to see you.